When you seen the pharaohs with the ankhs, it truly just meant that they had the keys to the Duat, or Amenti, the halls of Amenti, which was basically death, or which I'll say the afterlife. So they just had the knowledge or wisdom of that, the understandings. They was bestowed with that knowledge. So the Ankh truly just represented the keys of wisdom, or the keys of knowledge. But as I stated, a lot of things are not being taught in truth. Brothers hear things, they like it, and they go with it, but no true research is being done. Brothers are just reiterating what they heard the next person say. And it's a deep thing. Most of the African nations of the past, before white people came along and colonized there and bundled them all into one thing and altered the teachings, most of those African nations of people believed in Vodou or Voodoo or Hoodoo, whatever words you like best. But most of those African cultures or nations, they all believed in Voodoo. So if you teaching people African culture and history, you need to be teaching along the lines of that if you're trying to stick with truth. All this other stuff that's being taught, and this is the lost stuff. We need to deal with the individual nations of people from Africa and the different cultures and things they indulged in, like voodoo and all types of things, and stop with the fake teachings and just doing things to promote African culture so that you can gravitate to a certain gender or gravitate towards black people because you know they're lost and they truly don't know their heritage and culture. So this is what it's being used for. It's manipulating people, getting people riled up, and people are not even learning the truth. The truth is most of us are the natives of America. A lot of y'all are the Chickasaw people, the Cherokee people, and the different nationalities and tribes that were here. That's the truth. So it's a deep thing people just have to grasp. Like, I don't want to go into the whole history of the Native American thing because I want to keep this video on the Pan-African movement. But a lot of the brothers in the Pan-African movement, they have no ties with Africa in any way. Ask a Pan-African brother, what people from Africa do you come from? Most of them have no clue. Most of them don't have no family members from Africa. So grasp that. You from Africa, we all from Africa, but most of us ain't even got no ties there. And I don't care if Africans was brought here on slave ships, you'd still have the ties. You can't erase people's brains. And this is my point. A lot of the Africans that were brought here, they were slaves in Africa, meaning they were not native to Africa. They were people that were conquered, and those that were not killed, they become servants. So most of the slaves that were brought from Africa weren't from Africa. They were just slaves there. This is why when they were brought here, they forgot their African history because it wasn't theirs anyway. They just people that were just brought from place to place. You have to grasp. Slaves are traded all the time. There were slaves in Africa before slaves were in America. So you have to grasp. The slaves in Africa were being transported all through Europe before America even popped up into the whole discussion. So a lot of the slaves in Africa ain't have nothing to do with Africa. They were just slaves there. And that's most of the people that were brought here. So y'all have to grasp. When y'all pull for African history, y'all are getting lost. Y'all are getting lost because y'all think that Africa had so much to do with the slavery in America, and Africa didn't. Europe did. You had a lot of European business owners and just wealthy Europeans coming over here with their slaves and servants, which were black people, are melanated people, meaning people of color. They may not have been from Africa, but just melanated people. And this is how you get the large variety of, this is how you get the misconception that there was a whole bunch of ships being sent from Africa to America, and this is just stupid talk. You had rich people from Europe coming over here with their slaves, or sending their councilmen and things like this over here with their slaves, and you had different voyages, and like Christopher Columbus. He was I forgot the word, but somebody who went on voyages to discover other places. And rich kings, they financed his journeys. And they sent him with servants and all things like this. So this is how you get that. But most of the people from America are from America. I mean, most of the black people in America are from America, and you wasn't brought nowhere. Your people were just rubbed out. Meaning, y'all just got lost into all the bullshit talk. Copper color people. Same description that the natives were given, we were given. The word Indian was just used because they didn't have no nationality to call us. They never came across the people of this land, or the lands. So they were like, man, they look like Indians. So you have to grasp. If you didn't have white people and Africans mixed into your DNA, then you would look like Indians. We would still look like Indians in a sense. This is why those on those Virgin Islands, all the way into North America, we all look the same. And we don't look too different from those in the West Indies. We don't look too different from those in India. Meaning, the West Indians look just like the Indians. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. A lot of them people on them Virgin Islands, they look like Indians. So this is why they referred to our ancestors as that, but it's truly just us. This is why all black people in North America, their great-grandmothers and grandmothers say, oh, we got Indian in our family. Because they just lost from the confusion that happened. But people need to just get this Pan-African movement on the right track. Because as of now, it's being taught completely wrong. People are being lost into the business aspect of it and forgetting about the movement and what a movement is supposed to do. And it's a deep thing. Hopefully I haven't offended anyone like Dr. Umar Johnson or any of the other faces of the Pan-African movement. I'm not trying to offend y'all in any way. I just like things to stay on truth. Simple. If you're offended, well, fuck you. Straight real. It's your main man Solace, the groovy servant. Peace and love. It's a deep thing.